Yo, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? DMV race talk is in full effect. How y'all folks doing this week? Hope the Lord bless y'all. Hope y'all got everything that y'all was asking for this week. Hope y'all had a productive week. Yeah, what's happening with y'all? What's happening with y'all? I can't call it up here. This snow up here been getting crazy this week, my boy.
Trill.
What's happening with it?
Can't call it, man. What's good?
Nah, I can't call it. I can't call it. Sitting in here waiting on. We got the man himself, the fastest box Chevy in the game, Boost Doctor on here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Before we get started, hey, look, y'all tap into the merch, man. We got the Trail Vision T-shirts. They 35. Got the hoodies, same print, 65. Got the window decals. Y'all tap in with me. For every person on this live, I say it again, share it to 3 people. Share it to 3 people. Share the live so we can get the message out there, man. Make sure y'all tap into the YouTube channel. Got hella content up there. Know y'all gonna love it. Let's see, we got my man Boost Doctor on here.
Is he on?
Yeah.
And look, real quick, I want to do a couple shout outs, man, to a couple of small businesses in the area. Applying pressure detailing, Flex and Finesse clothing, Solid Creatures clothing, and of course, one of my main vendors, Advanced Auto Parts here in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, man.
Yeah.
Boost,
What up? What up?
what's good?
What's happening, Boost?
Maintaining, man.
Hey,
Glad.
Maintaining.
hey, we know you're a busy man. Appreciate you taking time out to join us, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. I'm always trying to do whatever I can, to help with the
Oh
culture.
yeah, most definitely. We did this about a year ago, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I said it's about time we get the box God up here one more time.
I heard that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so what you got new, man? What's going on with you?
Man, I got this new car, man. We call it Sling Blade, man. We gonna bring that out in the 24 slick class. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, we did good, but you know, I feel like I'm at a handicap with my car at this point, as far as like the weight and all that of it. So I say I get something that'll make my work a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right, right, because that box was the fastest car that I seen going down the track in a while. I ain't seen too many people take a box Chevy and beat a damn motorcycle.
Oh yeah, man. But the boss gonna still be out here, man. Just gonna be on hard tires. So Sling Blade on 24 slick, and the box gonna be back on hard tire, man. And of course, I throw them 15s on it and damn get into something too. You know what I'm saying? But we primarily gonna run it in hard tire class.
Got you.
Right.
So look, you beat us to it because that's one of the things we wanted to get to tonight. We wanted to ask about Sling Blade and the difference between Sling Blade and Luke Cage, and so you pretty much broke it down for us real quick.
Yeah, like Luke is a stock chassis car, man. So basically, if you got a factory bought Chevy, you know, Luke got the same chassis platform you sitting on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, stock floor pans, all of that. So it's a pretty. I took a lot of weight out of it, but at the same time, it's still very heavy compared to the cars that I got to run against.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of light for a box, but it's heavy for a G body.
Got
Right.
If
Right.
if we got a little personal when we're talking about weight, what kind of weight are we talking about with Luke Cage?
Right now, Luke Cage sit 3,500 on rims.
It's heavy.
Yeah, so we got guys under 3,000,
Yeah.
well under 3,000 in that same class that I run in.
Got you.
Right. I've been following Luke Cage back when it had music in it. The first time I see it, I was
Man, I came a long way, man. At one point, like when I ran on hard tires, last I was 4,000 pounds, and I had 300 pounds of ballast in, so I was sitting 4,300.
like,
You know, before when I ran hard tires.
Right. And that was with the 6.0 build, right?
Yeah, well, I had several different
Right.
motors in there, but I had the last motor I had in there was a 427. But I've had several motors in there, man.
Got you.
Right.
Several.
So when Boost, when I met you the night that you beat Dark Master in Fayetteville
Yeah,
with Luke Cage. That was, now I think we talked about this before, but that was like the night that you actually came out with the car, right?
yeah. Well, that was the first rim race I had attended. You know what I'm saying? So I had been messing with the car for a little while, but I had just, you know, in the beginning, man, I just had a stock bottom end 6.0 in there, and it was just a little street car, bench seat, column shift, all that, man. Like I ain't really built it to race. I was just out here, you know, messing around and stuff, having fun with it, man. And then I decided to get a little more serious with it, so I built the bottom end on it, and that's when I came out and ran Don't Master for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the coming out of the new build.
Gotcha. That was definitely an epic night, man. I
Yeah.
think when that car came out that night, I don't think a lot of people expected it to beat Dark Master, man.
Yeah, and a lot
And
of
it
people ain't
shocked
want
the
to
world.
either, man, because at the time, man, like Don't Master, man, he was doing his
Yeah,
thing. So, you know, I don't even know. The only car that I could think of that had beat him was that IROC Camaro that beat him on slicks. And
got,
so, you know, he had been doing real good with the car. But, you know, I've been doing this for years, man. I was watching him, man. I knew we could beat him. You know
got,
what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't no doubt in my mind. I knew we could beat him.
got.
Yeah. So as far as you know what I'm saying, as far as for 2024, you know what I'm saying, what's your expectations for this year, given the fact that you got two cars to knock people head off with?
Well, you know, man, the thing is, I don't know how long the transition gonna be from, you know, going from one car to two cars, or, you know, or how long it's gonna take me to get Sling Blade tuned in. But you know, I suspect, you know, maybe one race, maybe two races. But after then, I'll be on kill for sure.
Gotcha.
I'll definitely be on kill for sure. I ain't even worried about that.
And you said that's gonna be in the
24
24 slip.
slicks, yeah. 24 slicks. So the same class I ran last year, that's what I'll be running Sling Blade with this year. And then
Okay.
like in the hard tie class, you got cars like Country C, Two Fly, Macho. You know, I'll be running those cars in hard tie.
Okay.
Right. So explain how, like, before you came on the scene, how did you get into big rim racing for the people that don't know?
I mean, really, man, I follow all forms of drag racing, mostly all forms of racing, and
Right.
you know, I had been seeing Sage, I had been seeing you know, his little videos pop up and stuff, and I knew he was from South Carolina. So when he had that race at Fayetteville, I was like, man, this is a good show to go to right here, man, and show what's up, you know.
Right.
So that's kind of how that worked out. Like I ain't never really build a car to be a big wheel car. I just wanted a big body. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the only reason why I got the car. I already had an import. I already had a Camaro. So I was like, I wanted a big body. So that's what originally made me get the box Chevy.
So with that being said, how long have you been racing? And, well, first of all, where are you from, and how long you been racing?
Yeah, man. I'm from Durham, North Carolina, man. I've been here all my life.
Got
Durham, North Carolina, man. I've been racing. I say my very first year I went down the strip was probably like 1990.
Sheesh.
Yep, that's when I graduated from high school, man. 1990, man. I had a Riga, man, with a little 305, man. I thought I was doing something, man. That shit was weak as hell, man. But you know, we all got to
And
start
we all
somewhere.
got to start somewhere. Trust me.
Yeah.
We
But
gotta,
you know, like, man, with people, regardless of how slow or fast you are, what you got to look at is if you take something and you go to the track and you run this number, then you make
Mhm.
modifications modifications to it, and you go back to the track, and then you faster.
Right.
That's what it's all about right there, man. It ain't about like how fast you are. It's about the build and just growing with the build.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's always that's. I mean, it's like if it was just if it was just about all out how fast you are, certain stuff I wouldn't mess with. Like I wouldn't mess with the mini bikes. I wouldn't mess with the dirt bikes because they not as fast as the cars. You know what I'm saying? But you got to look at what's given to you and what you start with and what you make it do.
Got
Like to me, I'm a gearhead, so like I'm always trying to improve on something.
got you.
So with you being in the game as long as you've been in there, what's something that sets you apart from everybody else in big room racing?
I think one thing, man, is just never stop working. Just working hard, man. Just staying at it all the time, all the time. And then the other thing is, like I say, I'm a gearhead, man. So like this stuff ain't new to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas like when I started big rim racing, yeah, the big wheel part of it was new, but still, it was still to me, it was still regular racing to me. You
Right.
got you had these tires, you got these wheels, man. How fast can you go? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's always about in drag racing. How fast can you go? So, like, I never looked at the big wheel stuff as making it different. I always looked at it like I looked at any other form of drag racing.
Right.
Let's go fast.
I build a few things that the trike that y'all just built, that joint is fast.
Oh
Uh
yeah,
the,
oh yeah, man.
like
I
I
wanted
said,
to do something a little different. Everybody got the benches, man. I say, man, man, I always had a soft spot for three wheelers anyway, man, because I had all kinds of 250Rs. Just about all the three wheelers, all the two-stroke three wheelers, I didn't have them. So, I was like, man, I'm going to do something different. And, so far it's worked out good.
right. Have you made any chest hits on the track with the trike
No,
yet?
not yet, man, because, once I got it together, really, the track is shut down, man. So it ain't nothing going on around here, but, like, I got to drag it. I know how fast it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's running pretty good.
Right, right, right. So what the future hold for you as far as a racer in 2024? Like, what would you like to see?
Really, man, 2024, just just be more consistent, man. A lot of people say I'm one of the most consistent racers, man, but I'm always trying to improve on that. And then, the other thing is, man, I want to get out to some different races, man, and show other people what we do with these cars. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably attend a couple of streetcar takeovers this year. Probably Holly Fest. Just some other races, man, that'll get us out there.
Right. So what do you think of some things that can be done to, promote big rim racing, like to get the culture more out there as they see like the NHRA and all of that
Yeah,
stuff?
like I just said, go where they at. Go where
Right.
they at, man. Don't separate yourself to the point that, oh man, I gotta race in this class. No, go race in the classes they race in. How you sit and show them boys what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my intention. Kind of like in 21 when we went streetcar takeover in Charlotte. My car was a little light for the class because I was trying to run heavy. So the heavy class is 4,200 pounds. And
Right.
I had just put a aluminum block in the car, so I was 100 pounds lighter than what I normally was. So I was like, well, shit, I could put the rims on here. The rims 200 pounds by itself. And then I put the rest in ballast, man. So we sitting 4,200 pounds on rims, and every car in the class was on 15s, and we was the fastest car in the class. So we made a statement that day.
Right.
Got you. So, with you being from the Raleigh Durham area, um, as far as the big wheel culture, are there any other cars in the area besides yourself?
Yeah, Chevys and Bullies.
Right. That's right.
Got
Right.
got the don't man. He got He got a badass dunk, man. He just dropped, man. So I suspect this year, he
Yeah,
gonna
that'll
break.
be good to see.
Yep, and then you got Stedman with the Joker. You
Shout
know,
out to King Carnage.
Yep.
yeah, it's a few cars around here, man. It's definitely a few cars around here.
Got you. What's going on at in Fayetteville, man? I mean, is the track still? I know at one time they were saying that the track was closed at one time. Is it back
As
operating?
far as I know, the track is open, but they catering more towards like no prep stuff. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? So, as far as I know, the track they still running the track.
Got you.
That's all right. So what prompted you, I guess, to say like with Sling Blade, what prompted you to go that route versus building, like a G body or
Well,
some
the thing is, man, we got cars in the class, that I ain't really want the class to go there. You know what I'm saying? Like say like for instance like Big Joe Hollywood's car, like it's basically the same thing as Sling Blade. It's just a different body. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
I ain't really want the class to go there. Then we got well, I call him Falcon Boy. Man, I can't even with the boy with the Falcon, I can't even think of what is Muggsy.
Muggsy.
Muggsy. He got a car. It ain't quite as radical as Big Joy, but at the same time, it's way more car than Luke. You know what I'm saying? So we got cars like that they just allowing in the class that they could come out there and run with us and run us head up. So I'm like, well, that don't make sense to me. I already entered the class with a box Chevy, and I'm the only box Chevy in the 24 slick
Right,
class. Period.
right,
So everything else is G body or
Right.
lighter. You know what I'm saying? So I was already at somewhat of a disadvantage, but my knowledge of a car, made it fair for me. But like I'm tired of having to fight so hard to win. You know what I'm saying? Like when I can just get what they have and
right,
level the playing field, and then I can use what I've learned over the years to go fast. I can apply that to the car and make a bigger statement.
So what do you uh feel about, like, I guess with people nowadays building their versions of their street cars to race on the street and then having a track car? Do you think that you would ever build like a street car?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's my roots, man. So like even Luke, man, like it started off as just a street car,
Right,
So I'm always I'm always be into a street car, but like I say, man, when certain people get into class and they do certain things, they force you to do stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily do. Like a lot of stuff done to Luke right now, I would have never done that stuff, man, because I was just a straight up street guy. But like
Right.
you're gonna get out there and you wanna win. You can't be like, well, man, I'm keeping my back seat, man, because I'm a street guy. I'm a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, oh boy over here, he ain't got no back seat, no headliner, no carpet, no nothing, man. So you gonna keep on keeping all this shit in your car, and you think you're gonna go out there and compete with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, I mean, you got to do what everybody else
right,
doing.
Right.
Not so much everything they doing, but you got to do what makes sense.
right,
You know. So that's kind of like what happened with Luke, man. It got out of control.
right.
So with the evolution of Luke, how many stages can you say that you went through with Luke Cage as far as changing setups?
I mean, like, so I had one setup before I even got in it. I had two setups before I even got into big wheel racing because I had a blow through carbureted turbo 6.0 in there first, and I only had that for a few months. And the dude called me up and was like, "Man, if you can drive it to Wilson, I'll buy the motor out of the car right now and tow you back." I said, "All right." I drove it up to Wilson. We took it out. So then I built a twin turbo car, fuel injected, but like still like still a stock motor or whatever. And
Right.
that's I rode around on that for like 3 or 4 years.
And I think that was when I first saw the car because I think I think you did a special with Jay Malcolm, and y'all.
Yeah. That's the setup that was in there then. So that was a stock bottom end motor right there. You know what I'm saying? So I rode that for a while. Then I decided to get a little more serious, man. So basically, man, from I think my first big wheel race was in 2017, and it's 2024 now. And every year I've changed setups.
Gotcha.
So every year, like sometimes some changes bigger than others, but every year I've never started a new year with the same exact thing what I had the last
Right,
year.
Okay.
right. And that's like the evolution of what big rim racing is. There, I sit back and I watched a few lives and sat back and reminisced on some things, and I was like, it's crazy how it evolved
Oh yeah,
from
man, for sure, man. Like
cars to what you got now, like Sling Blade
yeah,
and Big Joe
e-
and stuff like that.
even not counting Sling Blade, man. Like right now, my car in the eighth mile, I can run faster than what I could in a quarter mile when I started, and quite a bit faster.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's a mouthful right there. Like, man, I'm
Yeah.
half the distance, and I can run a faster speed than what I could when I first came out. And when I first came out, I beat Dunkmaster as my first race. So like, I won't slow. You know what I'm saying? So that's how much the cars have improved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they
That says a lot.
go ahead, CB.
No, I said that says a lot.
Right, because you got people who they want to jump into the big room game. You know what I'm saying? They want to get out there and race their car, but then it's the stigma of I don't make as much power as Boost Stops. I don't make Dunkmaster power, but they still want to go out there and compete. If you sit back and do
Yeah,
your homework,
that's the thing though, man. Like some people, I mean, for years I didn't have the most. I ain't got the most powerful car now. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't stopped me from getting the job done. You know what I'm saying? It's more to a race car than just a motor. So you gotta look at all that stuff too.
right,
Cause I ain't, like man, in the beginning, I mean, when I first came out, shit, I had 1,000 horsepower. You know what I'm saying? And people was making big claims, but I know they weren't. I know they weren't making the power that they say they was making. And then the following year, I had like 12 something, 13 something, 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I was got more and more power throughout the years. But like when I started with the 1,000, like it won't many cars that could beat me.
Right.
A few cars that could out mile power me, man. But like I had a real good ET. Had a
right,
good time, So, but yeah, man. Like I tell people all the time. People are always worried about being the baddest man out there, right?
right,
I tell you, I'm like, man, look back at your life. When you played basketball, was you the number one guy on the team? When you played football, was you the number one guy on the team? You might have been, but odds are you probably wasn't.
right,
But why when you enter big wheel racing, you got to be the baddest motherfucker and you ain't taking nothing else. That's just what it got to be. No, man, it's going to be like the rest of your life has been. Like, you know what? You dealt with it then, deal with it now. And if you if it's really on you to be that bad of a motherfucker, be that bad of a motherfucker. But
right,
ain't nothing finna get handed to you.
right,
Ain't nothing finna get handed to you. Ain't nobody finna lay down for you. None of that.
right,
So do a little less talking on IG. Get in that goddamn garage and work on your shit.
right, right. And
Yeah.
I watched, and I remember back when we was at Rockingham. I remember you said that same shit. It was like somebody was talking about building a car, and I was listening to you talk to him, and it was like, bro, like forget all the shit you see on Instagram. You want to go out here and do what you
Yeah,
got to
man.
do.
Like, man, how you go? You know what, man? How you? All right, you want to be a racer, right?
Right,
You not know. You don't really have mechanical skill. You ain't got much experience driving, so you just think you're gonna just throw money around and everything just gonna fall in your plate, fall in place. Like, man, other people got money too, and
Right.
they got skill. You know what I'm saying? Skill to drive, skill to work on the car. You know, like, so why when you do it, you're gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can learn. You can get out here and you can put the work in and you can learn like other people did. You know what I'm saying? But as far as you just coming out being the man, that is highly unlikely.
You know, and I think that's the perception, the false perception of a lot of people, man. They really think that they're gonna come out, man. They're just gonna steal the show, you know, and be
That's
the man.
everything, man. It ain't just racing. That's everything, man.
Yeah,
Everything, man. You got to put the work in to get it, man.
definitely,
You
definitely.
got to put the fucking work in, man. Motherfucker always looking at, oh, man, he lucky. Well, why he got to be lucky? Why he couldn't just did the work to attain the things that he have? You know what I'm saying? Like, why, yeah, some people do get lucky and get stuff, but 90% of the people out here that got something, man, they work for it,
Right,
man. They work for it one way or the other, man. Whether they did what you wanted to do to get it, is that's a whole different thing. But they did some type of work to get it. I don't care if you're out in these streets hustling, you still working. They
Right.
did work to get what the fuck they got, man.
Right.
Chill, you already know it is your boy CC, man, and I'm with Whip Caviar, man. And you want all the best tastes of the whips, Chevys, Ford, all different type of variety of tastes. You gotta come to the Caviar, man. Y'all already know who whip up the best, man. My boy Whip Caviar got the best videos. He do it right. He keep it all neutral. He be everywhere like he supposed to be. Y'all never be there, so y'all gotta use him to get there. And my boy Whip Caviar, man, so all we do is put the caviar on the plate for you guys who ain't great. Cause my dog is doing his thing, and he don't stay in his place, cause he makes sure he have the biggest plate of caviar. And shout out to my boy Whip Caviar, man. Remember, the taste bud gotta be good, like caviar, and my boy got it for y'all. 60.